Hi guys, it's Belle here, and I'm back with a new episode of my Inspired by series. I started the series last year, only got a few episodes done, but I thought we'd start it up again this year. And one of the reasons I wanted to start it up was because if, like me, you sometimes struggle with crafty mojo, that you just aren't feeling creative, you just aren't feeling drawn to your craft table, you just feel a bit bleh, which I certainly have been. Getting inspired by something else, doing a simple crafty project can really help get those juices flowing, and at least it gets you back to your craft table or craft area, whatever you have. So today's one, we're going to make some little embellishments. I've been inspired by CB Expressions off Instagram. This was actually, oh gosh, probably at least a year and a bit ago, maybe 2 years. And this is what we're going to be making. I have tried to find CB Expressions. I don't know if they've changed their name or no longer on Instagram. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, I will be able to have a link. But either way, this is what we're going to be making. These little embellishments that I like the look of. It uses lots of little bits, and they're great for journals and other projects. So I've got some vintage book pages of animals. I also have, in case you don't have to use vintage, by the way. You could just use any sort of images you've got to hand. You could even use digital ones. I want to use vintage. So I've got some coloured ones. I also have some black and white ones that I want to play with as well, which are also vintage. And just as something different, to give you an idea of something else you could do, I have some little vintage playing cards. You could just use stamped images. So that's that. I also have stamps here, all sorts of random stamps, because obviously these use stamps. And they also use, if we have a look here, there's, let's look at this one up here. There is book page in the back. So I have some book page. There is some paper, sort of foreign language paper. You could use something else, but I actually have this old paper that I was actually sent, so that'll work perfectly. And there's also brown paper, you can see that. So I have the back of an envelope, but also I have some of this packaging that I really like, so I'm going to use some of that. There are numbers, so I've got these plain strips and a Tim Holtz stamp set, the Field Notes set, that I'm going to use there, and also some tickets. So I have my little packet of tickets, both hand stamped ones and other bits. They've used staples. So I have got my stapler, but I am going to glue a bit. And also, I don't know where I've put it now. I also got a bit of fabric, because I might add some fabric to mine because I like that. But we'll see how we go. So I'm going to make 4 at once. I'm going to choose my 4 images first. So I'm going to choose maybe this swan one, because I quite like that. And I'm going to choose... let's have a look at some of the others. There's a cat one in here I think I wanted to choose. I wanted to choose a roundish one because, so there's a koala there. Let's choose the koala. There's a robin, actually. Let's choose the robin, only because I know I'll use that. There's a cat one I want to use because I may or may not have a journal that I'm working on with that. And then I have these are much, much smaller little tree ones. But let's make a smaller one with a tree and see how that goes. And just because I said it might be good to use, let's use one of these two. Sorry if I'm out of shot. So we've got 5. We're going to make 5 at once. So let's get some main book page in the back. I'm not going to be too precious about this. It doesn't matter to me whether the book page is the right way up or not. I'm just ripping the edges because I like that look. Obviously for the bigger ones, you want a bigger piece of a book page. So like for the robin, that might even be too big. I might have to rip that down. But I'm just going to get the background done. And then once we've got them all, then we can play with sizes. So, yeah. I'm gonna rip this one, and that'll work well for, I don't know, the swan, let's say. And then let's get a few more. So yeah, I thought we'd have a go at this, get back into crafting. I have really been struggling with just inspiration lately. It happens all the time to crafters, and unfortunately I think the longer you're away from your craft desk for whatever reason, or your craft area, sometimes you're super excited to get back to it, and sometimes you just get so used to not being there. I don't know, you can struggle with creativity, or at least I can. I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but I certainly do struggle with creativity in that way. And let's do a smaller one for this little tree. So I suppose this is also a bit of a mass make, but yeah. Let's get the tree there. So there we go. So we've got the backing paper. I still think this one is a bit big, so I'm just going to tear it down a little bit more and a little bit on the side. I'm trying to look at the image for inspiration. So the images seem to be very much kind of in the center with just a little bit showing around. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, now I could ink all this. I'm not going to. I know, crazy, hey? Okay, so now I'm going to work with the brown paper in the background. So like I said, I've got some of this packaging, and I really just like the way that is. I could open it up if I want to, but because I want to stamp on it, I don't necessarily want to do that. So again, I'm looking to see, I'm kind of doing mine way. So I'm not doing it exactly the same, because, you know, that's not the exact point. I want to kind of do the bunny there too. I really like that. And we'll do one more like this, and then we'll do one with just the brown paper. We'll do a couple with just the brown paper. So like that with the cat, and then let's do one with just brown paper. And again, this is just the back of an envelope that had been sent. Just putting that on there like that, and then we've got this bit. I'm just going to make it a bit smaller for the tree. So there we go, we've got those in the background. And then if we have a look, you can just see like some of this other language paper in the background. So I'm just going to open this up, this newspaper, and just rip a bit off and use that just as an accent. So yeah, I saw this literally, it might have been a couple of years ago. It might have been that far long ago. Hold on. Sorry guys, that was the door there. So I'm just ripping some more of this newspaper. You could use anything. I mean, you don't have to use foreign language paper if you don't have it. I'm not even bothered that that's a bit all over the place. Might rip it down a bit more. Just use what you have to hand. Sorry about that, if you can hear that beeping. Yeah, I just happened to have this that was sent in some happy mail, so I thought, why not use it, as I'd noticed they'd use something similar in theirs. So yeah, I was thinking you could probably use some number paper actually. I thought, yeah, I did. I got some number paper out, so I'm going to use some number paper on the other ones. So again, this is from a vintage book, but you could probably pick up a digital version maybe. And if I'm honest, I prefer the look of this, just because I think the colour goes a bit better. We can play around with that. But, you know, I might actually replace the other One of the other ones with this too. I've got this little piece here, so maybe I'll add that to the bunny one instead of this. Maybe like that. And then another little piece for just here for the cat one. So yeah, you could use a digital if you don't have these, or you don't have the vintage pieces or something like that. Yeah, I just thought the numbers might be quite nice. So there we go. I mean, it's not looking exactly alike, but you know, that's okay. So we've got all that, and then if we look there, if I was to stick some of these down now, hold on, I just need to get my fabric. Here we go. So I have this. It's like a cheesecloth, and I just thought that might look quite nice if I can get some scissors behind a couple of them. I want to try and stick as close as possible to the image, because, you know, I could add die cuts to this, I could add all sorts, but I want to try and stick close to the image as I can. And then we're going to stamp out a few bits. So yeah, just a little bit of cheesecloth. I had to add a little bit of fabric. You know, it's me. It doesn't seem right if I don't have fabric. So yeah, I had to add a little bit. Let's put a bit behind the tree. And let's bring this down a bit more. Another little piece. I don't know, someone else's work often looks, and you think, oh, it looks so great, and then you make your own, you think, oh, does it look the same? I don't know, but that's the whole point. Be inspired by, have a go, pull out the bits that you have and create something in the style of with what you have to hand. So that's going to go down there for me. I've got this one with the bunny. Cute little bunny. I'm going to put that down there. I'm also thinking, because this is held together by staples, so I'm trying to think, well, where are the staples going to go? And that. So obviously for the fabric as well. And then we're going to stamp out some numbers. It's going to need 5 of those. A little bit of the fabric for the bird. Okay, see, I just don't like that at all. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sure why it's not gelling for me, but there we go. I think, let me know if you feel the same way. I'm going to get some, again, this is a strip of some paper. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Hold on. Sorry if I make you a bit queasy. I'm going to pull you down a little bit. So yeah, this is the Tim Holtz Field Note set that I have. And as you can see on here, they've stamped some numbers. So I'm going to do that. I think it's actually the same number. I think it must be from the Tim Holtz set. So let's grab this out. I don't know about you guys, but I have a favourite kind of way that I like to layer up, and it tends to be with everything to the left. I don't know why that is. It's just something I like. And I try and change it round. Why is this not sticking down? So I'm using my stays on only because I know that it is, well, plus it's here. And I'll get a nice sharp image, and I don't need to worry if I want to add splatters or anything to it at a later date. I don't need to worry that those will move. Right, so I've got that one, and then I was thinking maybe I'll choose a different one as well, maybe this one, because that's quite nice. So let's get another strip of paper. See, this is the problem, isn't it? Because as crafters, we think, oh, we could use that for X, Y, Z. We end up not throwing anything out. And I'm in the middle of going through my paper boxes at the moment. I have 4 12 by 12 by 12, like they're 12 along, 12 down, 12 this way kind of thing, boxes. And 4 of them just full of scrapbook paper, paper card, all that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to get 4 boxes into 2 at the moment. Anyway, so there we have it. So I'm just going to snip this because it looks like it's just snipped. Don't want lots of edge on it though. So they've got that one. Ooh, move this piece. And then we got this one. Maybe that's snipped too close. I don't know. And then, hold on. Let's do another one. So we've got the numbers. And then we've got this. And I'm keeping that edge there that's got the marks on it because I like the added kind of feel that gives it. Okay, so let's get started. They tend to put the numbers above, some of it showing fully, some of it not showing fully. So let's go. So I think I want a smaller one here. And I do think I want it slightly underneath, like so. Like so. Yeah. Now this is the problem. This is when everything starts moving. And I don't want that. So here, I'm going to put one up here with the swan. This one I think I wanted for the cat. And again, I might just put it on top. This one for the bunny can go maybe on top as well. And for the little birdie over here, I'm going to put it a bit underneath. So it's not, or do I want it on top like that? Maybe. Okay, so, and then they cluster ticket and stamp. No, Topaz. Excuse me. Not the moment, please. So let's get, oh my gosh. Oh, well, that went back easier than I thought it was going to. So, yay for that. Let's get some stamps that I have here. And let's look at colours that may work. So again, some of these are vintage, some of these are just ones that I had in my stash. So because there's lots of red on this little bunny and on the little bird, I'm thinking a red stamp might be good. But then I feel like I want a bigger stamp just because it's bigger. We got that one. Maybe that would work really well for the swan. Actually, I think it'll work down there. Let's have a look. A little bit of red, maybe red here, because I'm thinking these will work well for Christmas. The robin one would work well for Christmas. For the swan over here, maybe a nice green one. Maybe the green with the tree. No, the green's going to go with the swan, I think, because we've already got a tree, so we don't want it to be too tree-like. And then what one for the cat? Maybe a little house one because it looks like it's on a wall. So there's our stamps. And then let's have a look at tickets. So I have these. No, Topaz, keep walking, please. Oh, and if you don't have number stamps or numbers, if you've got these Tim Holtz pieces, they'd work really well as well, actually, thinking about it. So let's have a look. So I've got like a field label there. That's a Tim Holtzy one. All right, so let's get some ticket. So this is very bad. Topaz, no, sweetheart. No. You can't jump over this today because there's just no room for you today. I want this nice green one over here with the tree, I think. So let's just rip that off because, yeah. I'm going to put the stamp underneath and the ticket kind of sticking out. And then we're going to actually stamp over the top. So this one I feel like is done. So this one I'm going to start stapling just to make sure that everything stays where it needs to stay. So I'm going to staple here, and then the number can go up here or underneath like so, and I can staple there, and that's it. And I can go in and glue more of that down should I wish to. Like I might like to do a little cross staple there so that it gives it a bit more character. So there's that one done. Right, let's do with the cat, shall we? I'm going to go with a nice brown for the cat. Let's do this. Sort of tick it on top maybe this time with the house. That over there. So let's staple this. Make sure I'm getting everything. And then this can kind of go underneath, or do I want it over here now? And the fabric hasn't stapled. This is what I mean by you have to make sure you get everything. I feel like I'm gonna... Right, I need more of the fabric pulled out so we can actually see it. Okay, that'll do. And then maybe I'll do the cross this way this time, up here. And there's that one done. Brilliant. Okay, let's take the swan because the swan kept moving. Okay, what kind of ticket? Maybe another brown one. Yeah, I do have a purple-ish. Or we'll have the cream. Let's go for the cream and let's make it slightly bigger this time. Put it underneath, I think, a little bit. This on top. Hope you can see all that. Fabric down there. Let's do the number first. And then let's come in and do this. And this time I'm going to do 2, but off to a sort of angle. See that? Okay, let's do Mr. Bunny next, because Mr. Robin needs a bit of fixing. And I'm going to put that on top like that again. Again, I'm not thinking too hard. You can see that. I'm putting things where I think they look okay to my eye, where they're aesthetically pleasing. I'm not saying this is necessarily purely my style. I'm not saying that, but I'm trying to put everything in a way that I think looks nice-ish, like that. So there's that one. And now let's do Mr. Robin or Mrs. Robin. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do that down here. That was going to be up here. So let's stick this down first. So I just know it's stuck down. And let's do another green one because, like I said, this one will work great in it'll work great in Christmas journals. So this time, put the ticket slightly underneath and the stamp there. And let's do a bit of a cross on this one. Right, so that's all of them. So you can see, here's this one. And here's my kind of version of it. So we've still got the brown, the stamp, the ticket, the different language and everything. All I've added is some fabric. Again, you can see. And now what we're going to do is because if you can look here, there's some stamping, like they've used postage on there. So I'm going to do that. So I have this little kit. I think it's a boat. Yep, it's Bow Bunny postage stamps. There's the item number there. And I've had this ages. So I'm just going to pull these out. I can also use actually the field note stamps because there is a postage one on the field note stamps, which is quite nice. So I might do that one first. and kind of change them up, as it were. And then they've just kind of done it on the edges, especially on the brown paper and things. So let's do that. Oh gosh, my stamp went missing. Doesn't matter. It's kind of, oh, there goes my hands. Try and make sure it's kind of the right way up. And I'm going to put some paper underneath so we can kind of do it off the paper like that. And let's do one over here. Do one of these. And again, off the paper a little bit. And let's do the swan. This already, the stamp itself already has a bit of a postage thing. I'm just going to kind of make it more prominent. Right, I'm going to get rid of that one now. There is a bigger postage stamp one there, but I don't think I want that. And now let's get some of these out and use some of these. So we've got the wavy lines too, which might be quite nice. I'm just picking one. I'm not even thinking that much about it. I really am not. So we've done those. So let's now do the bunny. Just down there, right on the edge, as you can see, on the cat. Let's do it a bit differently on the cat. Let's do one up here, like so. This already has this one. Let's do another one further down, maybe off the side like that. I might actually add another one to that actually. And I'm going to also do a smaller one. And you could obviously add words as well. So yeah, you could do that. I think I kind of want one coming off the bunny a little bit, like up there. And again, you can see I'm not thinking too much about placement. I'm just going with it and playing and having a bit of like fun. And then I was wondering about some of these lines might look quite nice. You have to be careful with lines. Sometimes they're just too much. So again, just using my stays on, stamping it off so it's not too bright, and then kind of having it in the background, which you can just about see on there. Where do I want it on this one? I feel like I kind of want it to the side. Did any even come off? Barely, but that's all right. Let's do it on here. Yeah, that got more. Let's do it on here. That definitely got more. Right, let's do a final one on the swan. And then I think we'll be done, guys. Put that back there for now, and I will deal with that afterwards. So, anyway, guys, here we go. Here are the ones that I made. And this was inspired, like I said, by CB Expressions on Instagram a couple of years ago. So this is what they've done. And this is kind of my version of it. So, yeah, you can see I've used slightly different things. Use what you've got, guys. And yeah, have fun. So great way to make some little embellishments using the system. Back page, another page that might be a foreign language, or maybe numbers, some sort of brown or textured paper. I've also added a bit of fabric, an image of whatever, be it animal, plant, playing card, stamp, ticket, and some number stamps. And there we go, guys. That's it for today. Let me know what you think down below. You saw how quickly these can come together once you've got all your bits. I'm definitely going to be making some more. These can easily go on front of a tag, on front of a pocket, in a journal, wherever you want. You can add bits, take bits away once you add them to your journals. Yeah, so just let me know what you think down below. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really, really does help. And I will be back again soon with another video, and hopefully I will have lots more of inspired videos too throughout 2023. So links will be down below if I can find them. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back again soon. And wherever you are in the world, even if you are lacking a bit of crafty mojo, I hope this inspires you and you can have some crafty fun. Bye for now, guys.